My boyfriend thinks I'm too hot for him. My boyfriend, 22, thinks that I'm 21, way out of his league, and this has started to make me feel uncomfortable. When I asked him why he thinks this, he said that he is always insecure that I can leave him for a better, more handsome man. He thinks this because I love gaming, meeting new people, dressing up and being classy while he's more of an introvert. He got really upset when he saw his own friends trying to flirt with me in my DMs yesterday. I'm afraid that his fear and insecurities will affect our relationship. Yesterday when we were making love he asked me, "Would you like if a taller, more buffed up guy was fucking you?" This made me really uncomfortable and he confessed today that he likes imagining me with better looking guys. I'm very confused RN. If his friends were flirting with you in your DMs, I hope neither of you talk to those friends again. That's asking for trouble. Remind him why you're with him. He's clearly young and most likely immature with little relationship experience. He's gonna have to figure this out or figure it out the hard way. Just communicate. That's the biggest thing. I've been engaged to someone like this with a fetish for imagining me with other men. He had massive inadequacy insecurity that became a fetish as a coping mechanism. It did not end well for reasons related to this. My advice would be to either discuss the insecurity. Find out if the fetish or the insecurity came first. If the fetish came first, you can't do much unfortunately. This won't ever go away for him. He confessed today that he likes imagining me with better looking guys. This right here is the problem. I don't know if he's actually insecure, but he has a fetish for sure. My advice: run. 35 female, lock doors for privacy. My 36M husband hates it. My husband of 13 years doesn't stop at a closed door, so I lock it if I'm using the bathroom. Now that we have older kids who don't always think before opening a closed door, I lock my bedroom door to change as well. I lock it for 10 minutes at a time. My husband often loudly makes his annoyance known when I'm using the restroom and he wants to shave or brush his teeth at that exact moment and finds the door is locked. Sometimes to avoid this or if I'm changing clothes, I lock the bedroom door, then use the ensuite bathroom so there are 2 locked doors between us. For the kids too, I want to go to the bathroom without someone asking me for something or having a conversation with me. We keep a key on all our interior door frames in case we're accidentally locked out, so my husband immediately unlocks the bedroom without knocking. Usually it's to quickly grab something like a hat or sweater. Sometimes it seems like the sound of it locking makes him think of anything he might need in the room, and within seconds of me locking it, he's coming in to get those things. Sometimes he's in and out a few times. I realized he doesn't view closed or locked doors the same way I do and needs to be explicitly told. So a couple weeks ago I said, when I lock a door, I need you to respect that by knocking and waiting for permission. He was confused why I'd want privacy from him when changing, since we're married, and he's seen me naked, and he's seen me give birth, and it's his room too. I explained that I'm entitled to 2 minutes of privacy and this is a firm boundary I need him to respect. It's obvious he disagrees, but he calmly and respectfully said okay he would do that. He's followed through a couple of times. Last night he was extremely irritable and I locked the bedroom to use the bathroom in peace. Without knocking, he picked the lock and just looked into the bedroom, then closed it and left it unlocked. When I asked him why he unlocked the door and reminded him to knock, he yelled that I was being ridiculous because it's his room. I restated my boundaries and he just kept repeating, "It's my room," before storming off. I don't think I'm wrong here. We can be married and still entitled to brief moments of basic privacy. I don't think it's a big deal to wait our turn before using a shared bedroom. What are your relationship rules around locked doors and changing clothes? Too long did not read. I briefly locked doors for privacy. My husband thinks this is unreasonable. I feel like he isn't respecting my boundaries and a very basic right. You are entitled to privacy. I just think everyone in the household is old enough to respect a closed door. You should be comfortable in your house so you don't feel like you need to lock the door. My kid is 7, his barging into the room stuff ended when he was 4. Shut doors equals privacy. Knock if you want to come in. Also, if you want to have a conversation, wait. Why can't your family respect your boundaries so you don't have to lock the door? This infuriates me. It doesn't matter why you want to lock the door. You didn't cease to be a person when you got married. You can lock the damn door. My 32M wife, 31 female, just told me she's embarrassed that I'm not as smart as her. Too long did not read. See above in the title. My wife of 1.5 years, known each other 4 years, is a critical thinker and runs her life on being efficient. I don't mind doing a little extra work and not focusing on everything being super efficient. Well, today I was taking things to the fridge after she was cooking, and I took a few times going up and down the stairs. Fridge is in basement during renovation. She got upset that I wasn't being efficient, so I asked her why it frustrated her, since she's not affected by the efforts I'm putting in. That's when she hits me with, "I just never thought I'd be married to someone that isn't smart enough to make less trips." It's embarrassing, I'm hurt, and I don't think she recognizes the hurt that she just put on me. Not sure how to talk about this with her. She apologized with, "I'm sorry I hurt your feelings," but that's it, then asked if I was gonna be mad at her all day. I told her it's not anger, but sadness. I just think it's fucked up that she could say something so hurtful and not have remorse. I don't know what to say to her or how to process this feeling. Help? Update. She did truly apologize and we had a deep heart-to-heart about it. There are still some communication things that we need to work on, Amago specifically, that allows us to communicate more effectively. She recognized that making such a comment is below what kind of standard she holds herself to, and that it stemmed from a deeper issue with us as a partnership. We have some things to work on, and we will work towards being good communicators and good partners. Thank you to everyone that brought forward useful comments. I think this was a major step in understanding each other. I didn't think I'd be married to someone who belittled me and did it so effortlessly. It's embarrassing. She sees herself as so intelligent, but her behavior lacks emotional intelligence. To put it into her own context, she should be able to see that saying something hurtful and then having to half-heartedly apologize for it is less efficient than not saying something hurtful, at all. The people who think they're more intelligent than others and like to brag about it are usually the people everyone else thinks are idiots. People can function differently and still get the same result. As for groceries, my husband prefers to do one big effort and get it done. I rather do it at a leisurely pace. It's putting groceries away, not running a marathon. Who does she think she's impressing by being quick at putting groceries away? Does she want an award? How do I tell my best friend that his married girlfriend won't be invited to my wedding? For the past year, my friend Brian has been dating an old college friend of ours named Sarah. I like everything about Sarah, except for the fact that she is already married. Her story is that her marriage is basically over, and her husband knows about Brian, and she has been living in her sister's guest room for the past year, except when her parents visit, because she isn't ready to tell her parents that her marriage didn't work out. She hasn't filed for divorce yet, but she has been saying for months that she will soon. It's a long, convoluted story that isn't very relevant to this letter, because the details of their relationship are none of my business. The guest list for my wedding, however, is my business. My fiancé and I are celebrating our love and commitment to each other, and we don't want someone actively engaging in an extramarital affair at our wedding. If Sarah hasn't filed for divorce by the time the save the dates go out, then she will not be invited. If we were having a wedding party, Brian would absolutely be my best man. By the time of our wedding, Brian and Sarah will have been together for almost 2 years. If Sarah's story is true, then she is probably going to marry Brian in the not-too-distant future. I don't know how to handle this without hurting Brian's feelings and driving a wedge into our friendship. TLDR. I don't want Brian to bring his affair partner to my wedding, but Brian believes that this is a serious relationship that will lead to marriage. If he is truly your best friend, then don't make up any bullshit stories or excuses. Sit down and talk to him about it. Tell him your position. Either he respects it or not. As a 67-year-old guy married 34 years today, I can tell you life is a journey, and if Brian is your best friend, then you will want him in on that journey, hopefully for a long time. Give him the respect of a friend-to-friend conversation. In my life I have had some great friendships go away for similar reasons. It wasn't necessary.